Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to our channel. Now, since we have seen data ingestion from Windows, from Linux, CEF formatted data, the next step is to understand how you can ingest data of any format in Microsoft Sentinel. Now, before you go ahead and watch this video, you should know the purpose of tables in Log Analytics Workspace and how to interact with Microsoft Azure REST API. Now, there is already ample amount of content which is available, and I will add those videos in the description. If you want, you can go ahead and watch those videos as well. Now, in order to ingest custom data, the very first thing that you need is a custom table itself. And a custom table can be created from Azure portal or APIs. Okay, now while you create custom table, you will also get the option to choose or define a data collection endpoint and data collection rule. And then once all this process is completed, then you can use the APIs to ingest data. Okay, now the first step is the concept of table. Okay, tables are basically a representation of the log format which will be received by a specific data collection endpoint, and then it will be ingested into a specific table altogether. So let's say if I talk about Windows events, it will always be ingested in security event table. Similarly, let's say if you are talking about syslog, so for syslog also there is a dedicated table. For common event format also there is a dedicated table. So similarly, if your application is generating a very specific format of data and you have to ingest those logs, then you have to define the table first. Okay, now in order to ingest custom logs, you'll create a custom table, but there are certain aspects that you have to keep in mind. For every table, there is a column which should exist, and that is time generated. So let's say while creating the table, if there is no column which is having the value time generated, then you will not be able to create the table. Now, custom table can either be created through Azure portal or using Azure REST API. Once the table is created, a JSON formatted data can be ingested. Yes, so let's say if your application is generating some format of data, while sending the post request for the data ingestion itself, you have to make sure that you build a logic that the actual log get converted into a JSON formatted log. Now, to create a custom table, you must be having contributor privilege at the workspace, and you should also have permissions to create data collection rule as well as data collection endpoint, because in order to ingest data, you must have data collection endpoint created first when it comes to APIs. So now let's get started with our first step of creation of data collection endpoint. So what you see right now is one of my browser where I have signed into portal.azure.com, and then I'm going to click on this option which says data collection endpoint, and then I'm going to create a new data collection endpoint, and I'm just going to give it a name. Let's say core data ingestion. Okay, this is the name of my data collection endpoint, and let's say sample app. I mean, you can name it whatever you want. And then I'm going to select my resource group where I have kept my Sentinel instance as well. I mean, all the resources related to Sentinel are in this particular resource group. And then here I'm going to select my location, which is Central India. Next, I'm not going to define any tag, and then review and create, and I'm going to click on create. Now it takes around, let's say, 2 to 3 minutes, or max it is going to take 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes this data collection endpoint will be created. Once this data collection endpoint is created, we'll resume the video. Perfect. So it took around 2 minutes, and as you can see, now my data collection endpoint is created. So this is step number 1. Now step number 2 is to go ahead and create the custom table itself. Now, before I go ahead and show you the process of table creation itself, let me just show you something real quick. And that is, let's say if you have a sample log available of your application for which you will be performing data ingestion, then it becomes exceptionally easy for you, because you can just go to Azure portal and get the table created from the Azure portal itself. Otherwise, you have to use Microsoft Azure REST APIs to get the table created. Okay, and once the table is created, obviously you can just go ahead and use the APIs again and get the data ingested. Now, when it comes to creation of custom table from Log Analytics console itself, this is how you will see the console, or this is how you will get the different set of options where you have to define a table name, and then it will prompt you to choose a data collection rule or create a new data collection rule and choose the respective data collection endpoint. Now, for all obvious reasons, I will always recommend you to create a dedicated DCR for each and every table. Okay, so now let me show you the data that we have to ingest. Okay, so this is the data that we have to ingest, and we have to create a table for this particular data. Okay, now as you can see, it is as of now a CSV sheet for me. Okay, so now let me come back to my portal and get started with the process of the table creation. Okay, Log Analytics workspace. I'll choose the one which we have selected for this entire deployment, and then I'm going to click on this option which says tables. Okay, now here I have to click on this option which says create, and then choose the first option which says new custom log DCR base, because MMA is any which way is getting deprecated. Okay, so now if you see this particular console, it's exactly same what I was showing you here. Okay, table name, description, and data collection rule and data collection endpoint. So now I'm going to name it as core sample API data ingestion. Okay, so it's not going to take any space, or sorry, hyphens. I'll remove this, and as you can see, this is now my custom table. Now this table is created for custom data ingestion. Perfect. Now I'm going to click on this option which says create a new data collection rule, and as you can see, my resource group is already selected, which I had to choose, and I will also say core data collection rule. Okay, there is a very specific reason behind mentioning core here for everything that I'm creating over here, so that there is absolutely no point of having any confusion. So this is my table name, which is core sample API data, and then it is core data collection rule, and I'll click on done. Now here I'm going to select my DCE, which is again core data ingestion sample app. Next. Now see, on this particular console, it is not giving me the option to upload any CSV file because it needs the log in JSON format. Okay, so I'll make it easy with the help of PowerShell itself. I'm going to import the data from this particular file, and then I will convert it into JSON format. Let's say if I type data here, you can see, and now I'm going to convert this to JSON. Perfect. And now I'm going to copy this data, and I will open Notepad, and I will paste this data here. Now there is one more very important aspect that I would like to show you, and that is, as of now, there is no field in the log which says time generated. Okay, so the expected behavior is when we will try to upload this file, it will give us an error saying that time generated column is not found. So if it shows us, we'll fix that as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to save my file, and now this is the file. Let me just upload this file now here, and let's see. Perfect. You can see it is showing me the error which says time generated field is not available. So I'll copy this, I'll paste it here. Instead of timestamp, it is time generated. I will save this. I will come back to my PowerShell, run this command again and again, so that here now, instead of timestamp, we should see time generated. I will save this file and I will again upload the same file. Perfect. Now you can see everything is formatted. Now I'm going to click on next and I'm going to click on create. So as of now, the table is created as well as DCR is created, and data collection endpoint was any which ways our first step that we were doing. Okay, so here I'm just going to type core and let's see if we get any result, or let me just refresh the entire portal and then I'm going to type core here. Okay, you can see it is showing me core sample API data underscore CL. Now this is a suffix which will be added to each and every custom table. You can see table type, and I can practically go ahead and let's say if you want to save it for some other time frame, you don't want to adhere to the default retention which is there in your workspace, you can go ahead and change this as well. So everything is exceptionally simple when it comes to managing the data. So let's say if I again go ahead and search for core, it should show me the result, and this time it should show me the updated retention time period for this particular table. Okay, so I'll click on core. Perfect, it's here. And then let me also show you the total retention period which has been changed. And then if I click on this option of edit schema, what you see over here is some of the attributes that will be added by default. And if you guys remember when I was talking about parsing, that before the data gets ingested, there are certain attributes which are populated by each and every SIEM solution. So in case of Microsoft Sentinel, these are the set of attributes, and these were the attributes which we had defined when we were uploading the data. And what you also can closely observe that depending upon the column type, depending upon the data type, this type value is also changed now. Here it says date and time for time generated because it's the correct format which we have uploaded, and for the rest of the things we are getting string. So fundamentally, whenever you create a custom table, it will have all the columns that you have defined as well as some of the columns which are very specific to your SIEM solution. Now this is our data as I've shown you in my Excel sheet. However, once this data is ingested in my table, it should look something like this. Okay, so now I'll come back to my Microsoft Sentinel console once and show you that as of now there is no data available for this particular table that we have just created. Okay, so let's say if I go ahead and type core sample API data underscore CL, and if I click on run, there is no data which is available here. Now the last step is to go ahead and ingest data. Okay, now to ingest the data, there is a specific process that has to be followed, and it can only be done once your application is authenticated with Microsoft Entra ID and n number of things are there. However, I will be showing you that in a lot more detail when it comes to either with Postman and PowerShell. However, let's say for this particular video, let me quickly demonstrate how exactly these things work in a nutshell. Okay, I'll just show you a demo to go ahead with the configuration. So as of now, this was my data collection endpoint that we have created. Now, once you navigated to your data collection endpoint, just click on this option of JSON view and copy this log ingestion endpoint data. Okay, and now again open a notepad. Okay, I'll copy this value here, and fundamentally I just need this endpoint link. That's it. Now you have to type data collection rules, and you need a DCR immutable ID. Okay, so I'll close this and I'll here now search for data collection rules, and now I'm going to search for the data collection rule that we have created, which is this one, and I'll copy the immutable ID which is coming over here, And now the next thing is streams, okay, which is basically the table where the data will be ingested. Now what you have to understand that this was the name of the table that we have created. However, the stream name is this, okay. Custom will be added to all the streams where there is a custom table. However, for Microsoft One default tables, it will show you here Microsoft, okay. So now I'll come back to my notepad, and after streams I'll add my stream name, and lastly I will say API hyphen version equal to 2023 hyphen 01 hyphen 01. So this is the link, practically speaking, that you need, okay. Now let me switch to my Postman and show you this real quick, okay. So I'm going to replace this link with the link which we have just copied, okay. We also need a token. So I'll show you this in a lot more detail, but as of now I'm just clicking on proceed, and I'll click on use token, and here in the body I have to add the logs itself, okay. So for that I'll come to my machine, and let me see, this was showing the date for yesterday. So let me just copy this and see if we can quickly replace all this with today's date, so that we should get data. Or let's keep it like this, because otherwise we have to change the time as well. No worries. I'll just save this data, and what I need is the actual data, which is this one, okay, JSON formatted data. So I'll copy this, and now I'll come back to my Postman and I'll paste it here, and that's it. I have a valid token. This is my endpoint which we have just generated with the help of DCE and DCR data, and now I'm going to click on send. The expected response is 204, and you can see I'm getting this. And now let's say if I come back to my console where we have created the table, okay, let me just open the table again, log analytics workspace, and then I'll click on the workspace which we have created, which is con-sentinel, which is this one, and then I'll click on logs. And now I'm going to type my table name, which is core sample API data, and let's see if we get any results. Okay, so we are not getting results. Let me send this request a couple of times on my Postman, and then we'll wait for at least 2-3 minutes. At times it take 2-3 minutes. So I have sent multiple requests now, and let's see how long it takes. So as of now it's 2:14, and I'll pause the video and I will show you when exactly we can see the data, okay. Perfect. So it actually took just 1 minute more. You can see it's now 2:15, and I can actually see all the data coming in here, okay. So this is how the end-to-end custom data ingestion happens. In my next video I'll show you how you can go ahead and create an application in Azure AD and perform this data ingestion through Postman or with PowerShell, okay. So if you think that this channel is helping you to learn anything new, please feel free to subscribe and share this video with your technical community. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.